All right, guys, for this problem, what it wants us to do is write the equation of this hyperbola into standard form. And just for your benefit, what I did is wrote out the two standard forms here, one where our x values come first, the other one where our y values come first. And just another quick reminder is when the x's come first, this is going to open kind of left or right, okay? And then when the y's come first, this is going to open up and down, all right, for those kind of two branches of the hyperbola. The way I remember this is you can make a y out of this kind of bottom one, right? That looks like a Y, so it's going to open up or down. If it can't do that, it's going to be opening up with the x's, okay? Anyway, we have this one over here. It says negative 4x squared plus 9y squared minus 24x minus 90y plus 153 equals 0. This doesn't look even close to what we need over here, so we have to do a few things to get it to look like that, all right? First off, I'm going to combine, or not combine, but kind of group my x's, right? Okay, so I'm going to put my one that's squared first. I'm going to keep that first. And then next I'm going to move this just negative 24x kind of next to it, all right? Then I'll do the same thing with the y's, plus 9y squared. And then the other y term is negative 90y. And then at the same time, I'm just going to move that constant term to the other side of the equal sign. Here it's positive 153, so let's subtract that to get negative 153, all right on the edge of the board. Then what we have to do is complete the square with both our x's and our y's. However, I can only do that if the term in front, or if the term that's squared, I should say, has a coefficient of 1. So to get that here, I need to kind of factor out a negative 4. And I'm only going to factor that out of both of my x terms, and you'll see why that works in a second. But if I do it left over, I do have now my x squared with that constant of 1, which is good. I can complete the square after that. And then negative 24x divided by a negative 4 is a positive 6x. All right, we need to complete the square, so I'm going to leave a little space. We'll fill that in here in a second. And then it looks like I can maybe take out a 9 out of the next group. So if I take out a positive 9, that leaves me with y squared minus 10y. Leave a little space, and then this still equals negative 153 over on the edge of the board. All right, so to complete the square, we need to fill in these two parts. Remember, if you forgot how to complete the square, I'll put a link to it up here for you. But what we need to do is take half of our b term and square it. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Let me do that in a different color for you. All right, so I'm adding in a 9 right here. And then I also have to add it to the other side. But I can't just add 9 like we did when we completed the square before. What I have to actually add is negative 4 times 9, right? This is in that group that includes that negative 4 outside. So negative 4 times 9 is a negative 36. So on the other side, I'm actually going to be subtracting 36 like that, okay? Now, what can I add over here to this other group? Well, half of our b term, negative 10, is negative 5. Negative 5 squared is positive 25. So I'm going to add in a positive 25 right here. But same idea, this is 9 times 25. So on the other side, if I take 9 times 25, I think that's 225. Let's see, 9 times 25 is, yes, 225. So we're adding in a positive 225. Run out a little space. Positive 225 to the other side of the equal sign. And then I can write this to look a little bit more closer to my standard forms, where I write this as a binomial squared. And to do that, let's see here. I'm going to have a negative 4 out front of this set of parentheses, which would be x and a 3. Take the square root of both of those and use the sign of your b term, quantity squared. So x plus 3 quantity squared with a negative 4 out front. For the other one, this is going to be a positive 9 times the group y minus 5 quantity squared equals, then I have no idea, 225 minus 36 minus 153 is 36, okay? So equals a positive 36 over on that other side. All right, then what we need to do, though, is get this equal to 1. In both standard forms, we have equals 1, kind of like we did with ellipses, all right? So I need to divide by 36 for both this term, and the x term out front. So of course that's going to give me just a 1 over here. On the other side, I know that negative 4 divided by 36 is negative 1/9. So what I can rewrite this to look like is negative outside of the x plus 3 on top, x plus 3 quantity squared, and then have a 9 on the bottom, plus, and on the other one, 9 over 36 is the same as 1/4. So now my denominator is going to be a 4, and I'll have the y minus 5 quantity squared on top. And again, this all equals that 1 over there. Now this looks close to what it should be here in standard form. However, you notice both cases in standard form, I have a minus in the middle. So the easy fix for this is I'm going to actually take and kind of flip-flop these two terms. Currently they're being added, so if I just switch their position, that's not going to change what the equation says, but it is going to put it into the correct standard form, just like this. All right, and then this bottom portion right here is the standard form of the hyperbola that was originally given to us up here in red. And since we know that our y's come first, this is going to be one where it's opening up and down. Now we need to find the different parts of these, like our A, B's, and C's, our H and K for our center. To do that, maybe check out this video. Otherwise, guys, if this video helped you out, please consider subscribing down below, liking it, and then we'll see you in the next one.